Strange one for you boys. 2019 Nissan Altima. Got a LIN bus communication error. It's a 2.5 liter motor. There's one pin, one cable that connects here to the alternator. It's like a light blue color. And there's one that goes down to the active grill shutter at the bottom. It's red when it reaches here, but they both come back to the engine computer. Somebody's already worked on it and he cut the wire. And I'm getting, looks like a square wave coming here from the PCM. I've got both units disconnected. I get nothing. I had about a 12 volt signal coming from when I had the active grill shutter connected. I'm going to connect just the alternator right now and see what happens. Okay, I went ahead and connected up the scope directly to the engine computer. The wire's cut, so it's not making contact with the alternator. And as you can see, we've got a 12 volt square wave, 12 volt max dropping out to about 3.5, and it's hooked up to another one, and I just got it plugged in directly right there. And we've got the square wave, but I still got the no communication, or the communication error with the active grill shutter at this point. So I've got another one of these that are used, so I'm going to try to swap it again and see what I get. Could be all the reason bad, it could be a problem with the engine computer, but at the 12 volt square wave I'm seeing, I'm doubting that it's going to be the engine computer. Okay, I went ahead and hooked back up the alternator to the bus, and now I've got a consistently good 12 volt square wave, and the alternator error went away. We used to have a battery light on, which I'm pretty sure is going to be gone now. Yeah, the battery light is gone now. So our alternator is fine. The engine computer is fine. The problem is going to have to be with the wiring, or the active grill shutter itself is where the problem is, because now with the alternator on the network, it's communicating with the engine computer and the battery light is out. Let me turn off the car, start it back. Most likely it's going to be the active grill shutter module is where the problem is. Yeah, within about 5 seconds the battery light would come on right there at the top. So looks like it is going to be the active grill shutter. I was thinking it was going to be a wiring issue, because I put in temporarily this PCM, just connected it to see what errors I would get, and I still got the same bus error. So it looks like it's going to be the active grill shutter at this moment. I've also bypassed the wiring to the active grill shutter. I ran my own wiring down there just in case, and the active grill shutter is still not online. Cats and dogs, boy. Update for you. We got our square wave. When I plug in this used module that they got here, one-handedly, look at that. Square wave gone. Unplug, it's back. This module is bad. I verified powers and grounds, and the red wire is communication in the middle. I'm gonna get another one. All right, guys, I went ahead and connected back up the radiator grill shutter, and that was it. Problem went away. So it's probably basically faulty connections. Once I put everything back, probably interference cables were cut, just wrapped up and taped. So that probably had a lot to do with it, and now everything is working. Alternator's working, no more battery light, no more check engine light, no more error codes for the active grill sensor, grill shutter. I knew once I hooked up the other engine computer, it was really doubtful that I would get those same codes, which I did get the same codes, and both of them would have the same fault. So it had something to do with the car. They told me they already replaced the alternator and the radiator shutter. So that's another fix. Like and subscribe, boys. Guys, found another fault. In the end, I ended up also depinning the connector. I got a donor one, and I was able to pull the pin out. I pulled off the cover. This was the cover that goes on here. It's 2 clips. You just pry these out and pull it, slide it up little by little, both sides. Comes up, and you'll need a D-pinning tool or a pick, something small like this one. I'm going to do a video on these and also on actually making these connectors and everything new. Basically, you slide this in on the side of the connector, the thin one, basically right on the side. Now release the tab. Now you can just pull the wire right out. That's what I did. This was the original one, and I did a lot of testing between here, thinking that there was a problem here, but in the end it was the pin. There was just some damage to the actual pin. Somehow it was spread enough to where it was causing this issue. When I manipulate it like this, sometimes it would work and go in and out. Now that I have it, you can see that. Now that I have it, I can move this any kind of way I want and nothing. So now it's set. Like and subscribe, boys.